I agree that closure, a lot of people, even myself, I know when I've had situations and I didn't get closure, I'm like, oh my God, I need closure. It's like on my mind. I think about it every minute of every day, of every week, of every month.
Mhm.
But I think some people struggle with closure, let's say in their romantic relationships, like something may happen and they're
Mhm.
not able to get closure because, let's say, for example, they feel powerless. Like we talked about, right? Like they don't understand the type of power they have. So when someone is looking for closure, because I think for a lot of people, they need that step to ultimately move on down the
Yes,
path to get their power back. How can
yes.
they find closure to help them regain their power?
Okay. And I'm glad you brought that up with because this is the holidays and on most people's minds, they're thinking about their romantic relationship if they have one. And they're also thinking about, well, I don't have a romantic relationship. And maybe it's because they didn't get closure when they ended something with someone on an earlier note. And the thing about closure is you don't necessarily have to have the other person, the partner, the spouse, the husband or wife, in the vicinity so that you can get closure. That's the operative word. You are getting closure. So, however you put closure to it, understand that if you are moving on, you are moving on. You're closing out that chapter, you're releasing it, you're letting go. I say let go, release, let go, let God, let whoever have it, because that's how you put closure. And that's the only way one door will close and another door will open. And then you have the privilege of walking over the threshold to that door. Um, when people feel that they need the other person present and they need to say what's on their heart and mind, I mean, I agree with that if it can be done. But if it can't be done, the closure comes from right here, comes from within. And that's where the power begins, from within. So if we're closing out a an adventure, an escapade, a sequence, a series with one romantic partner, I have something I say. I I bless you. I love you. I forgive you and I release you. And so it is. Amen. Practice that in the mirror with yourself. Look in the mirror and say, I bless you. I love you. Hard one for some people. I forgive you and I release you. It is done. Amen. Even these, when I just said that right now, and I've done a lot of work in the mirror on myself and with others, I could feel lighter. I could feel lighter. And, some of us have had some really not so good endings to relationships. I know I have. And I seem to always find the gift and the blessing and to be able to thank that individual for awakening me a little bit more to who I am, how I am, and where I'd like to be. And that's, you know enough about me now as an alchemist. I take the good and the not so good, and I find that blessing in the not so good. There is a gift and a blessing.
Do you think maybe some people struggle to realize that it's a singular feat and they don't need someone else to release them to find the happiness that they're seeking?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Happiness begins within yourself. Love begins with loving yourself, with caring for yourself, with respecting yourself, with esteeming yourself, with appreciating yourself. Once you got that happening, It doesn't happen all at once. It doesn't happen on a big level. It may happen on a little level, then get bigger and bigger. It evolves. Once you have that going on for you, watch and see what and whom you attract, not in just in romance, but in every area of your life.